I'm going to start by introducing Jenna Marbles, who you all know. One of the most... This is actually the reveal of her VidCon outfit right now. So you get to see what's happening here. It's pretty... She's decided to come to VidCon as a space hooker. And she's decided to wear all of her jewelry so that no one will steal it from her home. Michelle Phan is one of the most successful beauty creators, one of the original beauty creators, kind of like in many ways the creator of the genre of you know, beauty blogger on YouTube, whatever we call that thing. Daniel Manzano is one of the members of Boyce Avenue. He has turned you know, online video music on its head, and the ability to change that into like a real world music career is pretty amazing. He also has a degree from Harvard Law School, so that's a little weird. And we have Singh, also known as Superwoman, or Superwoman II. I don't know how to pronounce your channel name. Sorry. Superwoman is here with us. One of a creator who has only been doing it for a couple of years, but has blown everybody out of the water. Isn't this cool? Look at this. When do you get these people together in one place?
Are these our mics?
These are your mics, yeah, the ones you're sitting on.
They were hidden.
Hello.
Yeah, surprise.
Testing.
You have a mic on your butt. So I just wanted to talk real quick about oh good, the timer hadn't started yet. I was nervous about it. Just want to talk a little bit about what your professional lives are like, because we present our creator face to our audiences, and I know that is, I mean, for me at least, it's a huge part of who I am. I have changed as a person because of it. Like, I talk very differently now than I did 7 years ago. In more complete sentences, though that wasn't really one. And I'm just much more articulate and also, I think, a little bit braver than I used to be because of this. But as a professional, I'm curious about sort of some of the challenges we face. So I'm going to start out with sort of a toughie. What's just the most frustrating thing you have to deal with as a professional creator? Let's start with Lily.
First of all, these heels, I don't know how to walk in them.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Girl, hey.
To be honest, I would say the profession itself is one of the most frustrating things, especially coming from a South Asian background, to be like, hey, I'm going to be a YouTuber for a living, doesn't exactly fly very easily with the parents. And when you explain that to your friends and other people, it's like, aren't you going to get a real job? So it's almost trying to explain to people that this is my job and that it is a profession is probably the most frustrating part of the profession for me.
It would be really nice to have a job that you could explain to your grandmother and have her be proud
exactly.
of you
It's like,
for,
what did you do
but
in school?
It's just like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I can't do that. It's like a magazine, except nope, I can't.
Right. So it's like people say, what did you do in school? I say, I have a psychology degree. What do you do now? I make YouTube videos. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. And I'm just like, I'm not. It's amazing. It's awesome. But that's probably the hardest part for me.
For us, what we do is, I guess, because we do a lot of music and it's not so much like the vlogging-based stuff, I'd have to say that the difficulty that we face in trying to get the information and the message out to the people. So you have all these subscribers, you have all of these people that have clearly, raised their hand and said, I love what you're doing, but sometimes it feels like the system's a little broken as far as getting them to realize that you're going on a tour, or you've released a new product line, or you have something new that you're excited about that you want to share with them. It's like we've got all these social networks at our fingertips, but sometimes it feels like people are still asking, when are you going to be here? When are you going to do this? I'm like, I just announced that yesterday,
I'll go on tour and I'll be like, talk for weeks about it. And then the day after I leave the town, they're like, you were in Oklahoma City, what?
People are probably tweeting us right now asking why we're not at VidCon, so.
Exactly, but that's just what happens, and it's something you have to kind of continually work to get better and better at. But I think that's one of the biggest challenge is you create the content, you have the people that want to see it and enjoy it, but sometimes there's a disconnect between you and them, and it's getting over that hurdle. I think that's the frustrating thing.
Very true. I was trying to think of something that most of us could relate to, and I think having the lack of personal time, right? Just not having enough time, because if you think about it, the internet is open 24/7. That's kind of like our office. And if it's open 24/7, it's kind of hard to unplug yourself from it. So oftentimes when I find someone that's like really hustling, they're starting their channel, they're just, it's like college all over again. Just a lot of all-nighters, right? Pulling all-nighters, editing, not getting enough sleep, not, having a life for a few years. But then I think once you get to a point where you have the subscription and you have your audience, it's a little nicer, and you finally get your weekends off like normal people.
Yeah, seriously, feel that. Feel you, boo. I think one of the weirdest things for me is when people are like, oh, when this is all over, like, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, I don't like to think about life that way. Like, I like to live in the moment, so, like, I never had a plan for this, so why would I have a plan for what comes after this? And are we allowed to say the F word?
Yes.
Cool, fuck that. Also, I would say the most frustrating thing for me is just uploading a video is really complicated because it takes for fucking ever.
You should have, in
That's about it.
2007, I would export a 1.4 megabyte video, and it would take like 2 minutes, and then it would be on the internet in like 2 more minutes. Can you guys just be down? Like, could like the audience once again be down with 480p? Could we go back to that? Because that was.
Can we
just
go back
easier.
to shooting it on a potato? This looks great. Fine.
Can we talk a little bit about what creators inspired you guys to start making videos, and who continues to inspire you? Let's just start back at that
I
side.
just seen. When I first started watching YouTube, I thought I Just Seen was like the coolest. And I was like, I wish I could be like I Just Seen, but I'm not. I can never be I Just Seen because she's so pretty and wonderful and wee. And obviously Michelle. But it was really nice once I started to find my own voice and be my own person. But there's always like those people for you that are like, oh man, you hold a special place in my heart. For me, that's I Just Seen. I got a kiss, ha ha ha.
I would say for me, this was back in, 2006, 7-ish. It was Happy Slip. You guys remember Happy
Oh,
Slip, right?
yeah.
Is she even here? Happy Slip, where are you?
She's not. Christine's not.
Happy Slip. Yeah, no, I still watch Happy Slip. I'll still watch her old videos.
Yeah, she's a huge inspiration to me too.
I'm a big fan of Ryan Higa. I think that what he does is I respect his consistency and his hard work, and he's always stayed the course. I love what Shay Carl does because it's very family oriented. So for me, that's like kind of an inspiration. And then just visually, I think what Freddie Wong does is like spectacular. Like it's just a level of talent, and just sort of what he's doing is like always raising the bar, when it comes to the visual medium. So, and of course, I think like part of why I'm here and was really excited that you invited me to be a part of this panel is that everybody on this panel is really always kind of setting the standard higher and higher, and like I feel like we all look to each other. So we hadn't even met, some of us, but it's like we all know of each other's videos, and we're all always, I think, pushing each other to that next level, which is cool.
The first YouTube video I ever saw was how to trick people into thinking you're good looking by this sexy mama right here. So
Tricked you today.
The first person I ever discovered on YouTube was Jenna, and then I met her in person, and I was like, wow, you're wonderful. Kingsley is someone I also watched starting out, and something was just so real and genuine about them, where I was like, they're real people, and they're also on the internet, but then I met them in person, I'm like, oh, but you're a real person again. So it was really inspirational, both on a professional and personal level, to see that.
Awesome. So we talked about what frustrates you. What is the coolest thing? Let's start with Daniel, because we're starting in the middle this time.
Gosh, the coolest thing, geez, for us it's been travel. Like
Yeah.
how international everything is. Like you're just like, we're just 3 brothers in Sarasota, Florida, tiny little town, and we've been to like 20 countries now, and we're always meeting people and learning more about other cultures, all because of this platform that's international and not just so domestic,
Awesome. Michelle?
I think as an artist and as a content creator, just having the ability and the freedom to create whatever you want. If you have a vision, you have a message, you have a song, or you have something you want to share to the world, you have the capabilities right there and the tools to upload it. And the best part is that you have the direct communication with your audience. So I think that's the best part, for, when it comes to being a YouTuber and also having this amazing platform.
It's a dope answer. I personally live for the hugs. Like, I live for VidCon. I live for those meet and greets. I live for the chance where we get to actually, like, not look at each other through the internet and, like, have a real human moment and a hug, and I love that, and it's amazing. That's my jam.
Going off that, definitely, they kind of all covered it wonderfully, but traveling, the best part is that you kind of discover everyone's so different and so the same at the same time. It's like this weird phenomenon where you'll meet people from Singapore and India and Australia and Toronto and everywhere, and it's like, they're all so cool and different, but there's something that's so real, genuine, and the same about people as well. And so I think traveling and meeting different people just really opens your horizons and kind of takes you out of that box you've been living in. So that's the coolest.
I have a question on here that says, aside from the ability to upload videos, what's the most important feature YouTube has? And they were laughing at me backstage.
Comment section.
Because everyone was like, what else would it be besides comments? And I kind of just wanted everybody to say that. Because I want people to know that that feature, that thing, people like talk about how terrible YouTube comments are, but it is the most important thing to me, to be able to see what people think of what we do.
Yeah, also that, and a lot of them they're so funny. They're funnier than all of us.
Totally.
People
I
who
totally
comment
steal
are
their
so
jokes.
funny.
It's also instant feedback, do you know what I mean? Like, they could watch their video one time and be like, you suck, and this is mediocre at best, bye. And you're like, well, maybe I'll try harder next time. Jeez.
Listen to the haters, I guess.
Sometimes. It's feedback. Feedback is feedback.
Feedback is feedback. Well, I am super bummed that we don't have more time to talk to all of you, but thanks so much for sharing all of your insight. This is like so freaking cool right now that these people are sitting on a stage with me. So thank you all so much. We have to clear this room really fast, so let's enjoy VidCon. Thank you guys.
Thanks.
Bye.